Is it now a foregone conclusion to you that your Lakers will roll like Vegas dice over the Pacers for the championship?
They certainly look like the better team, Skip. Doesn't mean they're going to walk into the arena and the Pacers is going to just lay down like dogs. That's not the case, but they certainly look like the better team. They got the better player in the entire tournament. There's no question about it. When you look at LeBron James's tournament games, so to speak, just look at the tournament games. I'm not talking about the course of the season. Just the games or so, the 6 or so games that has been tournament games. LeBron James is playing like the MVP. I mean, there's no question about it. I know
he is the odds-on favorite to win the tournament MVP.
No, I'm just talking about MVPs in general.
Sure.
I know we talked about Luka yesterday, but when you just talk about LeBron, some of the things that he was able to do last night, you mentioned it, Skip, 30 points in 23 minutes. The dude didn't even play in the fourth quarter. No. I mean, this was such a blowout. You turn the game off 3 quarters in, you're like, I'm gonna get ready to shut it down and find something else to do with my time. You talk about LeBron and his 3-point shooting wolves. He was 4 for 4 yesterday, knocking down threes, but not normal threes. These were threes at half court, basically.
Well, he had a heat check that looked like it was a logo 3.
He was standing on top of the NBA sign. I mean, that just all bottom of the net.
With that court, how can you tell where anybody is standing?
Well, he was standing right on it, though, right? Skip, the court does make you a little bit dizzy at times trying to figure things out. But, look, everybody came to play last night, even to the point where Austin Reeves had ice in his veins at times throughout the course of the game. I mean, if the Lakers continue to play this way, despite the tournament, I understand LeBron wants that trophy and he wants to be able to add that to his resume and his bio so that we can talk about it over time, which is great. But I'm looking at the bigger picture. I'm looking at in the summertime. I'm looking at June. That's my goal. That's his goal. That's the Lakers' goal. If they can play remotely close to the same way that they played in this tournament, oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Look, like I said to you the other day, Skip, they should just put a sign outside the locker room door that says in-season tournament game, whatever, to get that same kind of psyche.
Even after Saturday.
Even after the fact, to have them play this way. It was good to be able to see Anthony Davis sitting next to LeBron James with a smile and not his hands in his face with his, and his head down. It looked good. It really did. I was excited about them, the way that they played, and I'm just glad that they won in the fashion that they did.
Yeah, and my thoughts was, that there's a difference between great and greatness, and that's the battle. That young team is trying to be great, and they're playing hard together, but they're playing greatness. Now, and great says, boy, I've done some big things in time. LeBron greatness says, I've done big things over time. I've done it for 20 years. And I'm watching LeBron. I said, man, we underplaying all of this in-season tournament. This stuff means something to LeBron. LeBron knows he wants this on the resume for guys like you, Skip, and everybody that's going to be debating his greatness down the line. When we talked about this, he wants this MVP. He wants this cup. He wants that on his resume because he knows 10 years from now people will start putting that in as something to count towards him, his GOAT calls. You know what I mean? So I thought that was to watch him play like that and great. That's probably the perfect game plan, Key. That's why you loved it so much for the Lakers, because he gets to play just about enough minutes, did what he did, and you can sit her down, baby. You can have him sometimes later on now in the bottom of the year. But, boy, I'm going to tell you something towards the playoffs. I'm going to tell you, Indiana, Skip, I watched them, and I said, these dudes, see, they're running so hard on that floor. I was talking to Key about it before. I was like, what's the fastest you done got from one basket to the other? Because these dudes are taking that ball back in 4 or 5 seconds, like right back at it. I mean, so they're trying to be great, man, and they're working at it, they're putting together, and they're playing so hard together as a team. I see them chasing down. You chase down dribblers from behind in the NBA. Players don't even do that anymore. They just kind of wait and let you get towards your basket. But Indiana's playing basketball all over the court. So it's going to be a great game. But I'm going to ultimately go with LeBron and the Lakers just because I see what it means to LeBron. But now, in order to win it, LeBron's going to have to make sure everybody plays with his intensity, his focus, and his kind of greatness. Because Indiana ain't going nowhere slowly or easily.
Going away, you mean?
Right, they're going nowhere.
Okay. Keyshawn Johnson.
Yes, sir. Skip
As I
Bayless.
launch into this, remember we have two things operating here. We have first in-season tournament, and then we have what Michael referred to as the GOAT case.
Yes.
They are mutually exclusive. But I want to talk about what LeBron James is doing right here, right now, as he approaches on December 30th, age 39 in year 21.
Yeah.
He is playing at a higher level right here, right now, than he did at any time last year, to my eyes. Any time last year. This is spectacular. This is LeBron. It looks like he's 5 years younger than he was at the end of the year last year. You can argue.
Oh, yes,
about
at the end of the year, of
ankles
course.
and this and that.
At the end of the year, of course, Skip.
But I'm talking about the whole year last year, and I watch every dribble of every game. I don't remember the energy in his legs. He is playing like a kid right now. He is attacking the basket effortlessly and launching and dominating and bullying at the highest level. And to your point, Keyshawn, he is right in the middle of the league MVP case, not just the cup MVP, as we call this little tournament they're playing right now. And I want to congratulate the NBA because LeBron by himself has put this little in-season tournament on the map, on the national map. It was him. If we had Pelicans and Pacers in the final, you might watch it. You
I'm
might
an
not
NBA
watch
fan.
it, right?
I watch it.
Okay, you'd have to be a hardcore to watch it. But LeBron James has taken this over. He had last night one of the greatest games of his career. I mean, statistically, you could argue it was the greatest game because he's never scored 30 in 22 and a half minutes. It's just hard to do against a Pelicans team that I have respect for. I do. I think they're pretty good. I don't think they're great, but I think they're pretty good.
And taking charges, Skip. I mean, he was laying all over the floor. Took 3 charges.
He took 3 charges. Taking Zion's charges, and Zion
I'm only worth $1 billion of taking charges.
Okay, so clearly we knew going in, he made it clear, I am taking this very, very seriously because $500K is $500K to my players down the bench.
Yes, it
He is doing it for his teammates, and it's a beautiful thing because this is where LeBron is at his apex of leadership. Michael Irvin was a great leader. Keyshawn, in his own way, was a great leader. But this is high-level leadership because it's a team bonding experience. Let's go get this. They went into the bubble, and LeBron kept them together when other teams were unraveling as they were stuck with cabin fever in the bubble. But LeBron kept his team focused on eye on prize, and they went and won in the bubble. And it's the same sort of thing on a little smaller level to say, hey, okay, it's here. Let's go do this right here, right now. I told you, Keyshawn, before the year, I love this team. They still don't have Gabe Vincent. I'm telling you, he is a deadly clutch, big game, big play, playmaker. Wait until, I don't know what's wrong with his knee, but he still hadn't played yet. So it's a little haunting right now about what's happening. But the point is, if they get him right, look at what they did from three-point. They came into this game as one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league. And then last night, they're crazy on fire. They make 17 of 35. Of course, LeBron made 4, but Taurean Prince playing at a high level on both ends of the court, he made 5. And to your point, Austin Reeves made 3. This is a really deep, good basketball team, and I'm once again going to publicly congratulate Rob Pelinka for the job he continues to do to remold this roster around LeBron and Anthony. And you got to give Anthony credit last night because both of those two big guys in the middle for the Pelicans are loads. They can be problems. And especially Valanciunas, he just made him quit. I mean, look at Valanciunas. He had 3 rebounds last night. Look what AD had. 15 to 3?
Yeah, 10 and 5.
Woo, okay. And Zion, you relegated him to sitting there in front of the media last night saying, I got to play better. I got to be more urgent. I got to play with more energy. You made them quit. You made them look foolish. They have a really good young coach. They got a deep roster of young talent, but they weren't ready for this onslaught because LeBron had his team ready. This was like NBA Finals ready on a night in December. And that's what happens. Then to Michael's point about the other game, the Pacers are playing this like it's March Madness. They're playing it like this is a college basketball tournament. They just wanted it a little more than the Bucks, I believe, wanted it. And Giannis played very well. Dame didn't play well in the fourth quarter, but did make some shots. But to Michael's point, you want to talk about run and gun, man, they will run you off the floor if you're not ready for their energy and their pace. They lead the league in pace. They're going to push it. They're going to shoot it. And they are deadly from three. And Tyrese Halliburton has arrived. He is an MVP candidate. He's not playing at LeBron's level at this moment. But to me, on Saturday evening, the better team is just going to prevail because the March Madness analogy works, because what happens to Cinderellas when they get to the Final Four? They usually just get exposed and they have one bad night where somebody just blows them off the floor. I think the Lakers will blow them off the floor. It's a 3.5-point game. I think Lakers could win this by 10 or 15, by double digits easily.
Yeah, no, but when you started, it made me think, Skip, when you talk about the one and done situation, like the college basketball one and done. Well, now the Lakers are in a one and done situation with LeBron and James at the helm. They got one game on Saturday. You either win a championship or you go home. I can't, as I equate this in my mind, I think about it as a game 7, so to speak. I can't see what LeBron James is going to, and Anthony Davis is going to all of a sudden not look at it the same way. This is one game to win a championship. There's no run back. There's no repeat, none of those sort of things. So I would think that you would see similar performances in this game on Saturday. Yes, they have a young team that's really exciting in Indiana, but they've yet to see what veteran players like LeBron, along with AD, could actually do. I wouldn't be shocked if all of a sudden you see D'Angelo Russell all of a sudden elevate his game to a whole nother level in this game on Saturday.
Y'all saw those young brothers. Y'all saw those young boys, and when they put Dame down, they went and did Dame, and you know, they said it's our time. And trust me now, if they're doing that with Dame, they're thinking about the GOAT here. They're saying, let's lay him down too, just like we laid down Dame. You know what? Let me tell you something. I used to go and speak to quarterbacks and talk to them about leadership. And I tell them, the first thing I used to tell them is like, what are you doing all season? They say, I'm on. I go spend time away. I said, you can't do that. I said, you got to go spend some time at some of these guys' places or do their charity event. Because in the fourth quarter of a game, you're going to be calling on them to do something. Let's go. And they're going to look at you and say, you make $40 million. I make $500,000. You go. Unless they know you're committed to them. And what Skip, what you were just talking about how hard LeBron's playing to make sure that bottom man on the roster gets that $500,000, that's what it made me think about. Like, those guys will go for LeBron. They'll play for LeBron, but they're going to have to play for LeBron Saturday if they're going to win that game against Indiana, because those kids are playing basketball and playing great. They're going to have to run.
So, Skip, what does this do? You had a two-part, right? You said you had the in-tournament.
Before we get to the second part of this.
Yeah, the GOAT calls. The GOAT calls.
Just real quick, just for the record, talking about these kids from Indiana. So let's look quickly at what happened last year, because it will apply to Saturday night. Remember, these kids came into crypto last year. It was early in the year. They were down 17 at Lakers with 9 minutes left in the game, and they stormed back on LeBron, and LeBron had a bad close to the game. He went 2 for 8 down the stretch and scored 4 points. And these kids tore up the Lakers, and Nembhard hit a shot over LeBron. I think we have it at the buzzer. This is going to resonate on Saturday night. This is the confidence they're going to bring into this game. But here's Nembhard. This is at the buzzer. No, that's before. Oh, now it's going to be a long rebound. All cross-court pass from Halliburton to Nembhard on LeBron, and he ripped it at the buzzer to win the game. And I sat there in awe. They came from 17 down as a baby basketball team at that point. So then here we go, cross-court pass. This is like impossible to come from 17 down at Lakers with 9 minutes left. Okay, so then we switch venues. We go up to Indianapolis a little later in the year, and Lakers wanted revenge. and it still came down to a Buddy Hield shot at the end of the, well, I'm going to show you the AD shot first. This won the game. This is the game winner. He hits a little fall away. That's the game winner with a few seconds left. But Buddy Hield got a look at the end of the game. It was a tough look, but he makes those occasionally. Yeah. That was to win the game. So to your point, it came down to last-second shots both times, so it will carry over a little bit. This team won't be afraid of the Lakers. I just don't think it's as good as the Lakers, big picture.
No, I don't think that. Right. Look, they certainly feel that they can play with the Lakers just based on the two games.
Yes.
But this is a different LeBron James.
It is.
Than it was
totally agree.
Then. There was no in-season tournament. For whatever reason, in the in-season tournament, Skip, he just looks different. Maybe it's because the focus is a little bit more, or maybe we're looking at it differently because it's the in-season tournament. We're putting a lot of it into it, saying, oh, okay, he really wants to win this thing, even though he's playing similar in non-in-season tournament games. But we're just focused in. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but he's certainly playing better. I just told
you what it is. He wants this for the GOAT calls. He knows what he's doing, and let's get into that. That's what he's talking. That's what we're talking about.
So
go ahead, let's do that.
That is the point, because to me,
that's what he's doing. Right.
Pile up career accolades to measure up to what that ghost up in Chicago did, which was 6 finals, 6-0, 6 MVPs. LeBron is 4-6 in the finals, and he can do all the damage he wants to do in bubbles or little in-season tournaments. And to me, it'll never measure up to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But that's just me, unless you think that this will help his case.
I don't. Look.
It will down the line. I'm just telling you, Skip. I'm telling you, it's going to help it down the line. Maybe not today. Maybe not today. But the way you even see those young dudes playing now, this is going to mean something to them down the line. So we don't see it because we haven't seen it. Yeah. But it's going to grow and grow and grow, especially if LeBron wins it. You just said it. LeBron's helping them out so much with this in-season tournament. Yeah. Now it's going to become a big thing, and he's going to put that hood ornament on his hood when it started the battle for the GOAT.
Especially if he is the MVP of it, then it would have more significance. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you want to have a conversation about who's the GOAT, this, that, and the other. There was no in-season tournament in the 90s and 2000. It just wasn't.
Or the 70s, to your Kareem point.
Yeah, it's just, this is all new. This is just part of the overall conversation. When a guy's averaging in-season tournaments 27, 8, and 8, that's basically what he's doing in non-in-season tournaments. The difference is it has something with the 500K, winning perks. It has something with another trophy that goes into his case. That's really all it is. It doesn't, you're going to say, well, he's not 6-0. He didn't win, he didn't go 3-peats. That's what's going to happen. So there's no real conversation to be had about the in-season tournament, Skip, in the GOAT conversation. It's just not.
But many will make it. Trust me.
No, they will. There's no question about it. To have a false narrative against LeBron and for Michael, or for Michael and against LeBron, or LeBron against that. It's going to go back and forward like that. I don't look at it that way. I look at it as, like Michael Irvin just said, the playmaker is going to help the NBA. Because I was sitting there thinking, just like you said, Skip, if he wasn't playing in this, and we all love Giannis, it's great. If Giannis was playing in it, and
well, what if it's Pacers and Pelicans? Then
Pacers and Pelicans. It's like, okay. But if you got Steph Curry in it and no LeBron, or you got KD in it and no LeBron, you got to have a big star to kick this thing off. And that's not saying that the NBA was hoping and praying and wishing and giving the Lakers a little bit of, help to get into it. That's not the case. But they needed to have LeBron James, the face of the NBA, playing in the first season in the in-season tournament to be able to have us have this conversation.
Okay, can I say one last thing about LeBron? I, for one, and maybe I'm the only one, I'm not shocked at the level he's playing at age almost 39, because he understands nutrition and fitness way better than all those before him in you guys' ages, in your times in your league. understood it. It's easier to play later now because he gets it and he invests in it, both in time and money. And it's, for me, just me personally, 38 going on 39 is not that old. Like I know it's the NBA and he's shattering the mold, but
39 years old is super old for basketball. Any sport.
All right, but you're talking
is.
from past tense. It used to be, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, but Skip, we've never seen anybody. Let's not even talk about 39. Let's just say 35.
Yeah.
Do anything remotely close at that age in sport. It just doesn't.
He's shattering the mold.
He's shooting 63% from three in the tournament.
Okay, but I believe he will blaze a new trail that other young players will understand and follow and play longer later. I just think they will.
Man, he's one-on-one, Skip.
Yeah,
it's
hard,
and
that's what makes him great, right?
Yeah, it's one-on-one. You go back to our sport and Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice played till he was 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Tom Brady 1,000 years old. It's just hard to do.
Right. And especially with the money they're making, to keep them focused and saying you're going to play 20 years when, man, 5 will get you set for life now.
All right, it is time to talk about the game. Cap T, Cap G.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what my biggest fear is about Sunday night's Eagles at Cowboys. See what Michael has to say about that.
I'll show you
next.
Michael's fear next week. As I sit with you.
I got no fear.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.